Good. Remember when the days when you could actually see the bear in shot? Now he's just peeping. Must be something weird with the camera. Too zoomed in or different angle or something. Anyway, what am I talking about? Oh, right. Don't you hate when reactors talk about their Patreons? Well, this is the video for you. Don't worry if you do, because I'm also going to talk about things that are coming to YouTube. New shows, new movies, all that good stuff. But first, let's just get this Patreon stuff out of the way. Everything that goes on Patreon will eventually, in some form or other, edited form, get to YouTube. Sometimes that YouTube stuff gets copyright flagged. Sometimes it gets removed. Especially recently with the old Twilight Zone episodes. CBS are like, you, stop reacting to that 60-year-old show. What are you doing? Blocked. So I think 3 episodes so far of the 9 or so that I've published have been blocked. I'm going to try and re-upload them just for completion's sake, but I'm going to have to edit weirdly, and I don't know. So my advice for anybody who actually loves the Twilight Zone, when I upload something, watch it as soon as possible, because it's I can't guarantee that it will stay there. Especially if you're looking forward to an episode in particular, just, keep an eye on when it's going to come in the schedule, and then be ready to watch it before CBS are like, oh, not that one, not that episode. What was I talking about? Yeah, Patreon. Here's what's on Patreon. Full-length reactions to everything I've reacted to since February. What that means is that what you generally get in a Patreon reaction is a Patreon intro, where I'm like, I just get out of bed and I'm like, oh, what am I reacting to? What a day. How are you doing? It's kind of informal. And then I'm like, what am I going to say to YouTube? It's a whole thing. So you have the Patreon intro, then you have the YouTube intro that you normally get on YouTube. Then you get the whole episode. Do you need your own footage for this? No, you don't. It's all there, ready to go. Sometimes you get actual real opinions from me that I edit out of YouTube later when I think back on it and go, you were really harsh on that episode, and maybe you shouldn't have said that. So I leave it in Patreon because it's kind of funny, Every now and again I go on a little mini rant, get it out of my system. Sometimes I leave it in YouTube as well. Where was I going with all this? Movies. Movies are going to be tricky to get to YouTube because there'll be more copyright issues. Currently, but I'm going to try and do them. I think I'm going to do them in 2 parts because I've seen other reactors put up 1 10-minute reaction to, War and Peace, the world's longest... Gone with the Wind, the world's longest movie. You're watching 10 minutes of it, and you're like, you didn't show any of the movie. You missed out. There's no reaction there, You missed out half the movie. So I think I will separate it into 2 parts. I don't know how it's going to go copyright-wise. I don't know what I'll have to do to make it work, but that's the plan. Currently on Patreon, I've got, I think, 8 movies. We've got, what do we have? We have the 3 Indiana Jones movies. You know which ones. Breakfast Club. The Mist, Stephen King. The Goonies. You should know that from my Cindy Lauper video, The Goonies. Taxi Driver. Romantic comedy. And a movie from this year called Palm Springs, which is it is a comedy. I just threw it in there. I was like, hey, it's a new movie. Let's watch it. So yeah, those are. Is that 8? I don't know. I'm going to try and do maybe 1 a week, and then eventually get them to YouTube somehow. But at the moment, they're all on Patreon, full length. Just search for a movie, and they should all come up in a list. New shows. You already know 13 Reasons Why. I'm about a season ahead on Patreon with 13 Reasons Why. Into the Badlands is... I started on Patreon. I finished season 1. It was only 6 episodes long, so I'm going to start releasing that on YouTube now. When I have time to edit it. And it's a futuristic, if you've never heard of it, futuristic, like, extremely well choreographed, unbelievably well choreographed show, which I'm having fun with at the moment. The Twilight Zone is like 7 or 8 episodes ahead on Patreon. I just keep watching that show because it's so short, and it's so easy to just edit. It's like so quick. And I think I'm just going to keep going with that show. Like, maybe when my schedule gets busier, I won't do it as often, but I think I'll just keep going till the end, honestly. This week, actually, let's talk about Lovecraft Country and The Boys are finishing up soon. So I'll be finishing those 2. The Haunting of Hill House Season 2, The Haunting of Bly Manor, is releasing in a couple of days, and I'm just going to marathon that, I think. So all 9 episodes of that should be done this month. And I've started, even though it's not even on Patreon yet, I've started The Vampire Diaries, first 3 episodes of that. So that'll be coming soon too. So yeah, that's what's on my Patreon. It's $5 a month, and you get access to everything from February onwards. And yeah, so yeah, that's what's on my Patreon. If you're not interested, you can't afford it, that's, perfectly fine. Everything, as I said, everything is coming to YouTube eventually in a little edited block. And the odd episode I put up full length anyway, just for fun. But if you can afford it and you want to help me, maybe you even hate everything I'm watching, but you want to, me to keep going and keep reacting to stuff, I appreciate any support you can send me. It's just a way to support me and to keep, because it does cost me a little bit of money just to keep doing everything, and the storage and the time and the, it's all fun. I would do this for nothing. Even if it was costing me money, I would keep doing it. But any help is always appreciated. But if not, my favorite part of the day is just replying to comments on YouTube. So as long as we're building a little community, and I'm trekking towards that 1K subscribers mark, I'm super happy to keep going. So yeah, that's it. It's actually been almost, as of tomorrow, I think, it's been a full year since I started my channel. So that's kind of fun. At 1K, I'll probably do like a little Q&A thing and get to learn a bit more about me and all that jazz. I'm a jazz musician. Huh. No, I'm not. It's not a thing. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for sitting through 9 minutes of... Maybe you skipped around. You should skip around. Always skip around. And I'll see you in the next reaction. And thanks always for watching. And see you next time.